County. Joco Community Radio.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning. All right.
Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited you are here with us on this Friday. And we are proud to be a part of Joco Community Radio, the voice of Johnson County and now Tarrant County, Texas. You can listen to Joco Community Radio live on the Joco Community Radio app. Just go to your Play Store. Doesn't matter whether you're Android or iPhone. search for Joco Community Radio app, upload the app, and listen to the full lineup and more, especially yours truly, the Jobfather.
Yep.
We're excited to be here yet another week to serve the job seeker community. Let's bow our head for a quick word of prayer. Father God, we are just honored to be here, and thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to help and support the job seeker community. We thank you for all that you're doing and just ask for your intervention, that you would open up amazing doors of opportunity and provision for all job seekers. We love you, and may you get the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. What she said.
Yeah, so we're really excited. This Friday we've got a great show lined up. Before we introduce the guests, Foster has a dad joke, and then we need to go over any landings and open positions.
So Shawn and I were at South Lake Focus Group yesterday, and Eric Fosheim landed. Second time Eric's been through the network, guys, a couple times. Now this network that we're talking about, we talk about every week, guys, is home for job seekers. And Shawn, how many times have you been? Is this your third time through the network?
No, this is my second time around.
Second time. See,
yes,
you guys see what we're saying?
Correct.
You go, jobs don't last as long as y'all know that's shocking information to y'all.
Mhm.
Jobs don't last as long as they used to. But when you get into the network, you can figure out and meet people, and you can figure this job search out as you go. And if you take a job and your company was bought out or something crazy happened, they had a bunch of layoffs, and you find yourself back in job transition, hey, right back into the network do you go to find that next best opportunity for your skill set, for your career. So this is cool about this. Shawn, it's Sonica Kapoor's birthday today. She and her husband Nitin are out shopping. She sent me a picture a while ago. So happy birthday, Sonica. I like to call her Super Sonica, guys. Sonica Kapoor is just a sales dynamo. When you meet her personality, you know that girl's in sales. So happy birthday, Sonica. And
Happy
I had
birthday.
another, and Dana and I were talking earlier. And so one of my best friends in the whole world was my college roommate, Morris Hood. And his little sister, oh my God, last time I saw her name was Jennifer Hutchinson. She's all married and grown up and stuff now. And she was at South Lake Focus Group yesterday. So, hey, Jen, if you're watching, hey, Jen. Now, I usually, we used to call her something else, but I'm not gonna tell y'all. She was a little girl when I first met her. She was funny. But oh my goodness, and Jennifer is a seasoned professional now. She I think Jennifer worked for, what was that that big old bank for 18 years. She worked at JP Morgan Chase, I think. Anyway, if I get that wrong, Jen, just beat me over the head. You know I'm your big brother, so just beat me over the head. Okay. Oh, there's Jen H. Hi there. Hey, Jen. I saw my main man 50 grand. I saw Gene Clay with us. Gene is with us just about every week, and then I'll see you tomorrow, Gene. We always get together. Shawn, do you remember me talking about those guys that I get together with on Saturday?
Yeah, that's correct.
Gene's part of that crew.
Okay.
And Gene works for the city of Dallas. He is an accountant as well. So,
okay.
Hey, good morning, Gene. Wait a minute, it ain't morning. Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning, Gene. Guys, this network is a big, really and truly, it's a big family. It really is.
Yes.
I met Shawn years and years ago. Kathy Meredith's with us this morning. Morning, Kathy. And so anyway, I'm rambling on. But anyway, what am I supposed to be doing? Telling a dad joke, right?
You have a dad joke, then we get to talk about any landings and any openings.
Yeah, well, Eric Fosheim landed. And here's a dad joke, and then we're going to hear some openings probably from Dana. So, guys, we're sitting there. Why? I could not figure out why the head coach of the football team was standing in front of the vending machine, just yelling and kicking the thing and all of that stuff. And you guys know why he was doing what he was telling the vending machine? I want my quarterback. Oh my God! Now that was a joke, probably for me and Shawn and David. I don't know
I
if
want my quarterback.
Dana's old enough to remember when you could get something out of a vending machine for a quarter.
Hello. Yes, I am. I used to get
Oh
stuff
well.
all the time,
Oh,
especially
there
the
you go.
fun football helmets,
Oh yeah, those.
the plastic
Jeff
football
Lowry,
helmets.
goodness. Jeff Lowry's with us. Ray Gilliam's with us. Hey Ray, what is going on? We can't forget our Mezzy. Our own Mez is with us. She is, guys, as we like to say, she says, wow, Foster. Mez is our hype lady, guys. She is the media mogul. She is behind the scenes, putting in stuff for us, keeping us going, telling us, hey, don't forget this, don't forget that. It's just cool having her. And Smooth Operator is with us again. Hey, Ronya Patterson, what's going on? Another recruiter. Hey, we get them on the show, guys. Everybody wants to see who is going to be on the show in the Job Seeker Spotlight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Catherine Thomas. Oh my God. Go, Dana. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
just rambling.
Well, I wanted to let everybody know that if you would like to have your positions advertised on the
Yes.
Jobfather, as Foster said, we're not only nationwide and we not only reach decision makers and candidates throughout all industries nationwide, but we're also international or global as well. I want to share a little bit about Beacon Oral Specialists.
There you go.
They have a director of tax new opportunity available.
Oh.
A M&A analyst, mergers and acquisitions focused analyst, business analyst. All of these are full-time roles at our corporate headquarters in Dallas. The director of tax, if you're not based in Dallas, can be remote. We're very excited. We are hiring and truly growing as an organization. And for you out there that have amazing opportunities and would like to get good quality aligned candidates, please reach out to Foster Williams.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep. And he will be able to line a very affordable package to advertise your positions live on our show.
You guys might want to come on the show and do it yourself. Hey,
yep, that as well. That as well. And don't forget that the Search for You and the Jobseeker Network is a full-time volunteer opportunity to keep the network running. Please consider donating to the organization. And Foster, can you share a little bit about how someone might be able to do that so that Foster and his teams can continue doing what they do to reach out, support candidates, connect employers and candidates, and place individuals?
That's right. Guys, people like me and Dana and many people in this network, like Dave Long, who we got with us as a guest today.
Yes.
This network, guys, is full of people that can help you get to where you need to go. And there are, as we're having Frisco Connect coming up on Tuesday, there are a lot of recruiters that are involved as well. And there are people that are finding out what this network is and the value of this network. And they're coming and they're wanting to hire people that are involved in this network because they are exceptional. And that's what we do. So Dana, I'm glad you said that. You guys can go to search the number 4, the letter U, IC.com and make a donation to help keep this network going, guys. We're in 35 states now because of this radio show right here. And it takes a little bit of, I don't want to be the coach kicking on the machine to get a quarterback. But it takes more than a quarter, y'all. So go to Search for You, if you would. If this network has any value to you, I'll make a little donation. Believe me, it's needed in the network now because the network is gigantic. And Dana said nationwide, but you know what, guys? After every show, except what one last week didn't work like that. But generally, after every show, I'll have someone in Italy, or I'll have someone in Germany, or somewhere in Asia Pacific that will want to link in with me because we like your show and we like your name, the Jobfather. And I finally get a name, Dana, that I can deal with. And Mez put Greece in there.
Yeah.
Monia Ciccone is in Greece, and she reached out and said, "Hey, Foster, let's connect." And she does cool stuff in Greece to help job seekers over there. So, Monia, if you are listening, which I'm pretty sure you are, just jump in the chat there and say hi to everybody.
Absolutely. Say hi.
Yeah. So I'm going to shut up, Dana. You just shared a job, didn't you?
I did share a job. Well, we have our director of tax and our M&A analyst opportunities, and we also hire for dental and surgery assistants for our oral surgery practices nationwide, to include in Arlington and Grand Prairie, Texas. But Foster, I know we have a wonderful guest for the first
Yes,
half
we got to
of the
get
show.
to David. We're burning
Let's
this
get to
time.
David before we run out of time.
That is David Long, guys, and David has been a corporate executive for a long time. And David has a workshop that he has put together that he wants to tell us about, because we all want to figure out how we can grow. How do we do that? It might be a life growth. It might be something in the job search. So, David, good morning. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for putting up with me rambling through your time.
Oh, good morning, Foster. Oh, it's an honor and a pleasure to be on this show with you and Dana and Mez and Tiffany and Shawn. This is
we got a
this
team,
real
man.
honor.
Yeah,
Got a good team.
So tell us a little bit about David, and tell us a little bit about what you got going on. We've got a code that we're going to share with you guys.
Yeah.
This workshop, guys, if you want to call it a workshop, is free for job seekers, so it's kind of cool. So, David, lay it down on us, man. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah. So I've been in technology for 40 years. I've been in leadership positions for the last 30, and executive level leaderships for the last 20.
Yeah, me too.
And during that period of time, certainly over the last 20 years, I have lost my job 3 times, not to any doings on my own. So I was told that my position went away, and through those 3 times, the first time it was really a shock, and I didn't really deal with it. It was by the grace of God I got another job, and he was good. It was a great job. The second time I went through it, I ended up deciding, I'm gonna really make the most of this opportunity that I've got, and I looked at it as an opportunity for growth. During that time, I met you. So this was like 5 years ago. I also read this book by John Maxwell, and it was the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, and it really helped me immensely over the course of the last 5 years. I had a growth plan, and the last time I ended up losing my job was just under a year ago. And I'll tell you what, it was like I didn't miss a beat at that point in time. I started this company, but I had been planning on starting this company for the last 5 years. And part of that plan included to be able to give back to this community. Everything that you had done for me to help me and this community 5 years ago, I really wanted to end up giving back to it.
Yeah,
so,
you're that kind of guy. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And so I put together this class. I became certified by a John Maxwell team, and that was a few years ago. And I've been able to be teaching John Maxwell material. For those of you that aren't, for those of you that aren't familiar with John Maxwell, he's written like 100 books.
At least, I think.
Yeah, he's sold 36 million books over the last 20 or 30 years.
Jeez.
And I decided, if there's anybody to learn leadership and growth from, it's this guy. So I really, I really had him as a mentor during this past 5 years, but I've been following him for like 30 years.
Do you know Carolyn Rubin? I work with her, and she is a certified John Maxwell coach. She's here locally in the Dallas area, so I wasn't sure. She also knows him and works pretty closely with him, so I was just curious if you happen to know her.
I do not. I would like to meet her though.
Amazing individual. I didn't mean to interrupt though. Keep going.
Oh, no. Yeah, I actually don't know how many of us are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but there are 15,000 certified coaches
Golly.
in the John Maxwell group.
Oh,
So
didn't realize that. My apologies.
yeah, it's big. It's
Yeah,
it's
it
big.
is. You guys should Google John Maxwell up and read about him.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been great, and this book really ended up providing for me a foundation for how to put together a growth plan. Yeah, I thought I had a growth plan, and as it turned out, I really didn't. I thought I did, but
Yeah, I think most of us are like that. Yep.
yeah, yeah. It's like you probably have goals, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people end up looking at it as like, hey, I got goals.
Hey, John, I got a question. I got a question, David. I called you John. Oh my God. So, David, a kid coming out of college with aspirations and stuff like this, it sounds like it'd probably be good for the young one to get hooked up at this and hear about how to go about things and meet people. You know, I'm a networker. Whenever there's people around, I'm gonna connect with somebody. I'm gonna learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a great way to start out because it was very much one of the first things I thought of after reading the book was, wow, I wish I would have had this 40 years ago. And
oh man,
and yeah, I think a lot of us kind of rolled our own,
I love it. Yeah, we did
when we started out. So yeah, I think I think we have a very goal-oriented society, and I think that a lot of us end up putting together goals. But this is about really instead of defining a goal defines a destination, and a growth plan defines your journey. So it's all about the journey and not the destination.
Right, it is.
Yeah. So if you kind of start mapping out a journey and look at what do you need to do to end up kind of growing over time, you're much better equipped to end up dealing with the case of something bad happens and you get you end up losing your job. So what do you do next? A lot of that is a lot of that's kind of defined. So a lot of this ends up being very helpful to anybody's point within their career, whether you're first starting out, in your mid-career or even at the end. And I found out about it later on.
Yeah, we got a lot of new stuff, and I like because I'm kind of a nerdy technical kind of person, and I'm not saying that I know all this technology and all this stuff, but I like where it goes. I like the inference of technology and what the technology is for and how it connects us and all that stuff. Because all I'm trying to do is find a way to meet somebody new and how to connect with them and learn from them. So, this technology and where you said we have a goal oriented environment now is very true. And that's good, guys, but we need to keep the human element going. If the human element disappears, we'll be in one of those movies that we've all seen where the robots took over.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember after graduating from college, and I had put together a goal of where I wanted to end up being, and I really thought it was a lifelong goal because it didn't seem like things were going all that quickly for me. And then lo and behold, after about 5 years in the industry, I reached that goal that I had laid out for myself. And then I got to the end and it was like, well, what now? And a lot of it was, trying to, well, maybe it's the next goal and lay out the next goal, but kind of laying out this growth plan, that's where I needed to be.
Yeah.
And that was very, very much a turning point for me and it occurred later on, but putting this together.
Hey,
But
David, will you share with us the code for the job seekers to get into this workshop for free? And Mez will post it in our post there so everybody can see it.
yeah, so to enroll in the course, you go to the winningtack.com. So it's all written as one word, WinningTack, TACK. And on there, you'll find the growth class is listed within the class section. And you enroll there, and there's a code. It's HRCSN GROW. All together as one
I
word.
like that. Yeah. I built
Yeah.
the HRCSN.
Yeah. And that will give you basically the class for free. And I asked that, it's for people in transition to use this code. So otherwise it's a $200 class. This gives you $200 off. And
Hey, at my salary, that helps me.
I've got a lot of people that have we've been teaching this. I've been teaching this now. I think we're on our 5th class,
Okay.
and roughly run it about once a month, and it's 4 weeks. There is homework. There's reading the book between the class periods, and the classes are an hour and a half long. It's a live exchange with a lot of great professionals. I learn something new every time we end up doing this, and it's just been a real blessing. So we do that for an hour and a half a week, do it for 4 weeks, and cover the contents of the book.
Good question, man. David, is it in person or is it Zoom element or how's it work?
It's all on Zoom. It's all virtual on Zoom.
Oh, good. We get people from all over the United States involved in this.
Yeah, I've had people from all over the world, in fact, on this. So had a gentleman from Brazil that was part of this as well. So it's been a real blessing for me, and I've gotten a lot of very positive feedback from everybody within the community.
Yeah, I've gotten that as well. I've heard about it. That's right. That's right. Guys, I'll tell you how I met Dave. Dave is part of our network, and he's in some of our Zoom meetings and things like that. And Dave just got one of those personalities that stick out. And I knew I could always go to Dave, and he's got that smile. And then when he starts talking, he lights it up. Because you guys know how I am. I'm all networking. I'm all positive. I don't want to be down. I don't want to be what is it? I can't be a Debbie Downer, but I guess I could be a Donald Downer. But David, that is honestly how I discovered and was able to build a relationship with Dave. So I appreciate you, David.
Oh, appreciate you, Foster, and thank you very much.
You're very, very welcome. I like this. And again, that's WinningTack. What's that tack for, Dave? I meant to ask you that the other day.
Yeah, so I like sailing. So you tack back and forth in sailing. So to get where you're going, you're usually not going in a straight line. You're going back and forth. And that's kind of how our careers end up going is like you don't get where you're going just basically in a straight line. So that's the winning tack. And in sailboat racing, there's a position called a tactician, and the tactician really helps the leader, the skipper, get to where you're going. So I term myself as a leadership tactician.
I like that, and that's good for you. That is exactly good for you. You've been an executive, and you've been in leadership positions like myself, like Shawn, for a number of years. And guys, our personality plays into that thing. I can't say that I know what a good leadership personality is, but each one of us have a different gift. And if we apply those gifts, a lot of us end up like myself. I had no plans to end up in leadership, but boy, did I ever. But I'm glad you guys put up with me and my crazy personality. I like
You're awesome, Foster.
I'm getting older now, so I get to go back to I get more childish as the older I get. So that's my mind anyway. So yeah, I appreciate. I know we're going to go to commercial here pretty soon, but Dave, I really, really appreciate what you offer to people, and I know your heart. I've known you for a while now, and you're very good at what you do. And hey, guys, if you don't get out and take advantage of so many things that are in this network that are there, and I want to introduce you guys to those things because everybody can't do everything. I understand that, but there are certain things in this network that you might feel like, hey, I have a little bit of an affinity for that. I think I might get involved in that kind of thing. And so we get to meet guys like David, and we need to meet guys like Shawn.
Thank you,
All
Foster.
right.
You're
We are
very welcome.
excited.
Yeah, we always Dana and I. Dana, I think that's our personality, and you and I are just like little. You remember those Muppets back in the day that were just jumping up and down all the time?
Oh yeah, like Kermit. I just sent one meme to my friend. Kermit's doing this.
Oh yeah, that's me and Dana. You guys
Or
ought to see it.
animal.
An
Animal.
animal, yeah, Cookie Monster and all that stuff.
I love
Oh,
Cookie
I hear
Monster.
music, guys. It's time for me and Dana to shut up. So we'll see you guys after commercial.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
All right, Dana.
Hey, Jobfather Nation. We are back for the second half of the Jobfather, and we have got a great guest for our second half. But before we go there, just a reminder, we are proud to be a part of Joco Community Radio.
Johnson County. That's right.
The voice of Johnson County and Tarrant County, Texas. To listen to Joco Radio and especially the Jobfather, just go to your app store, download the Joco Community Radio app, and you can listen to the entire lineup, especially the Jobfather, for free anytime, anywhere. With that being said, we have got a great guest for the second half of our show, and we're really excited about impacting and educating our job seeker family. So without further ado, Foster, who is our amazing guest for the second half?
We got a guy that's got a radio. I'm here to tell you, anybody got a radio voice, that's Shawn Hill. But before we go to Shawn, I've got to try to make you guys laugh again with a lame dad joke.
Oh boy.
Part 2, lame dad jokes. So Debbie Burrow, you're gonna really, I see Debbie, I see you're with us, and thank you for being with us. You're usually with us. And so guys, I've got a question. Debbie, this is a question for you. When do you when and why do you put your cow on an elevator? All right. I don't want to cut too much.
Hold on. When do you put your cow on an elevator?
Uh
When it's moving.
huh. That's pretty good, Dana. That's not where we're going though.
Dang it.
When you want to raise the stakes.
That was a good dad joke.
David, these jokes again, I'm getting a little bit better with these dad jokes. I'll
You
see
are.
what Debbie thinks about that one.
I liked that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. So, okay, now guys, let me get back to it. In the comment section, you will see that Mez shared with us a gentleman named Shawn Hill and his contact information. Jennifer said she liked my joke. That was good. Thanks, Jen. And guys, I have known Shawn a long time. Now, Shawn is an HR guy. I like that. He's been in and around HR. He's been in you know, I guess you could say that Shawn is a real good senior level business partner.
Oh, yeah.
So Shawn knows HR in and out, and Shawn can go around and run the traps, is what we hunters like to say. Run the trap, and get things done. You hiring managers, y'all want to have Shawn on your team because he's going to help you get it done. Get
Absolutely.
the people in, get it figured out. What Jeff Lowry said, lame dad joke is repetitive. That's right, Jeff. That's right, Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff. I think, Jeff, you and I are supposed to be talking. I'm going to call you, man. Anyway, guys, Shawn is right there. Hello, Shawn.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, y'all hear that
great
voice?
Yeah, great to be on the show.
That's right.
It's an honor to be with you, Foster and Dana, and how it's ironic that I'm on with a new friend, Dave. Dave and I met during this transition.
That's what Dave said. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave and I have met during, probably it's going to be one of the great things that has happened during this transition of mine, which unfortunately happens to be probably I'm counting the 5th transition I've made, is meeting Dave Long. I am on the Maxwell leadership team as well, but Dave, and Dave is the one who introduced it to me. I'm still kind of working on my plan to become certified. It's on the ground floor right now. I'm reading all the Maxwell books, and I haven't really figured out how to get it all in place to get certified. But Dave knows I'm a huge Maxwell fan. I've read John Maxwell for years and years. I love the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. That's awesome. And I've read through during this transition, Dave. I've read through that one again, and I've read a number. Probably I'm on my 4th Maxwell book during this transition.
Fantastic. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Maxwell is awesome. I love him.
Yeah, Maxwell is awesome, and so are you. So we want to tell a little bit about. We want to tell everybody a little bit about your background. Where you been? What you like about HR? What
awesome.
You know? I know you're a business partner. What you can explain your life better than Foster. Have you the one?
Yeah,
you the one lived it.
Well, so I'm going to tell you about my HR career. I've been in human resource for 25 plus years, doing primarily as an senior HR manager, business partner, senior generalist. Performing. I like the way you put running traps because I kind of feel like I've been doing that.
That's what I see business partners do. You know? Yeah.
A lot of tactical HR responsibilities, but also involved in the strategic HR responsibilities as well. Various industries. I kind of started off in the call center environment. Where you and I met with a smaller company that was gobbled up by Citigroup. So I spent about 11 years with Citigroup. I transitioned to another call center out in Arizona. And so I spent about 12 years in Arizona at 2 different call centers, again, doing everything, the full cycle of HR from recruiting all the way through exit management strategies for 2 different companies.
Wow.
I hightailed back to Texas after my daughters graduated from high school because they beat us back to Texas. They moved to San Antonio.
Ooh, that's where I grew up.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
That's where I grew up.
Okay, we can talk about that too. And so then the last 9+ years when I got back to the DFW area, I've been at two organizations, primarily in the manufacturing office environment. Again, performing full cycle HR responsibilities, all the way from recruiting, posting jobs, work with managers, selecting hiring practices, again, through the exit management strategies and everything in between, as you said, Foster, running the traps. So again, 25+ years of HR. And lastly, that was all built upon my military career where I served the country as a 2nd generation Army officer.
Thank you.
That's kind of what I've done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. So that's a little bit of my background on a professional level.
Amen. Man, that is impressive. Thank you for your service to our country.
Companies that are listening, and if you in those companies that I invited, I wanted you guys to get a we have wonderful resumes, we have experience, but getting back to Foster's thing, we have a certain personality that will work or will not work in every situation. And God figures out where we need to go. And when you hear a Shawn, I have an affinity for a guy like Shawn. And I know I'm not the only one. So you guys get a feel for that. He's got a very commanding voice, I think. And Shawn likes, as you guys just heard him say, Shawn runs a trap. Shawn likes doing that. It's part of his passion. I can say that about Shawn. Shawn talk about Shawn better than I can. But
yeah, sir. Hey, Foster. Again, I'm honored that you've asked me to be on here. We didn't say the number of years, but we met years ago.
It was
years. And then when we met, and then the company you and I worked for shipped me to Arizona.
Yep,
I took a job in Arizona where I was a senior HR manager at a call center that was gobbled up by Citigroup. So I spent about 11 years with Citigroup.
We gobbled everybody up.
Yeah. So the great thing about it was during this transition I'm in right now, connecting with you again, we've really kind of developed a strong relationship because we knew each other years ago, but I didn't know some of the things I've learned the last 4.5 months about you that I said, man, I've known Foster for all these years. I didn't know that. Didn't know this.
And
so
you didn't know he was so shady, did you?
Excuse me again?
I said, you didn't know he was so shady, did you? No, I'm kidding.
I focus on all the good stuff. I'm focused on all the good stuff.
I'm totally kidding.
I don't know any of those stories, Dana. I don't know any of those stories. I try to stay away from those stories.
Shawn hit me, Dana. Shawn hit me to a new barbecue restaurant that he found something about. So we
where?
were talking about that yesterday. Yes. It's in Arlington.
It's in Arlington.
What's it called?
It's called MJ Smokehouse. It's a dual type thing where he's connected with another.
We're going.
It's yeah. You
sounds
have
amazing.
From catfish to
I love
barbecue
catfish
and everything. It's awesome. It's
MJ's Smokehouse. Okay.
MJ Smokehouse.
And in the next week, I'm calling up a Shawn, and Shawn know where it is. I just ride with him.
Definitely.
Oh, that
Jennifer, you hear that? I'm finding the good places now. You're up here in Dallas now. No more Houston. Houston's really got the food, but Jenna, your big brother is going to find the good stuff. I'll be telling you about it.
Hey, Foster and Dave. Years ago, if I recall correctly, John Maxwell had a series of like small pocket books called the Leadership 101 series.
Yeah, 101. Yeah.
And I used to have those things on my desk. And it's the kind of books I like that you can kind of read through and probably a 60-minute sitting and see all the great things. If I remember correctly, REAL stood for relationships. I can't remember what the E stood for. And then A stood for attitude, and L stood for leadership. And it had great little pithy sayings and little things about how do you develop relationships. Foster's favorite word.
Me and Dana get close to the screen.
Relationships.
Yeah, relationships.
It's my favorite word too.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, I could talk to you about all the tactical things that I've done, from employee relations to recruiting to performance management to engagement and all those things. But I bring that to the table, and I have to be able to develop a relationship with the people, engaging the employees, having a partnership with the leadership to execute on all the tactical things that have to be done.
Well,
So
specifically,
relationships is key.
Absolutely. Your background is impressive. Obviously, you have a lot of experience. What types of roles are you focusing on? And do you have any specific industries? Like what types of roles, title wise, and do you have any specific industries, that's part 2, that you would be interested in?
Yeah. So the type of roles I'm looking at right now are HR manager, HR BP roles. I really like the business partner aspect of it.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mind, again, as far as I said, the tactical portion of getting things done, developing a relationship with the entire workforce, from the hourly workers all the way through the C-suite executives. I mean, I think that's key and very important as an HR professional.
Yeah.
You have to have it from the ground floor, the grassroots, and then you have to have the support from the C-suites to make the things happen. So yes, I'm looking for a human resource business partner, HR manager role, and I would even delve into a senior HR journalist role, as long as I could have an impact on improving the engagement of the organization. That's kind of where my passion is.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's where years of experience go. You want to apply it there. I'm the same way. You know, if I were to go back to traditional work, I would want to be in that leadership role where I have that kind of impact, and we try to put things together and make sense of things. Because you know, the technology is wonderful, but it is a tool. Companies, clients, all of that are derived from relationships. So there you have it.
Yeah. You know, I'll throw in this too, again, with Dave on the line. I read one of the books that I read during this transition was Maxwell's Leadership Goal. And at the end of the book, let me say it real quickly. He talks about having the ability to have a life sentence. If you had to summarize your life in one sentence, what would that be? That's something I've kind of worked on. So I've said my life sentence is to be a servant leader and to add value to others. And so I can do that 24/7. I do that on a personal level, and I want to be able to do that on a professional level. So I'm a servant leader, and I want to add value to others. So that's the kind of organization that I look for, organizations that have a vision, mission that I can kind of connect with. And since that is my passion, that is my life sentence, I'm going to certainly bring that to the table and help the organization to live out that mission and those values, and really the why as to why they're existing.
And guys, corporations, if we get away from what Shawn just said, we're in trouble, y'all.
Yeah.
It's
really
true.
Yeah.
Each company is different. Each company operates differently. And those people and those personalities that come together to form that team at that company makes you, whether somebody decides to go with your company or somebody else's company. Hey.
Yeah. That's a good point. Absolutely.
I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Engaging the people and aligning. I like to create win-win situations, and ideally a win for the employees, a win for organization.
Right,
is where you want to be. There are times when that may not work out, and then of course that's where you put on the employee relations hat to figure out how to get the person back to where we're all winning and doing those kinds of things. So again, that's just a part of the life of being an HR person, providing a service and partnering with the business to make things happen.
Hey, Shawn,
yes.
Jody Hudson just asked a wonderful question in the chat over there. What's one of your favorite professional HR feel-good stories? That's a good question. That's a real good question.
Oh, wow.
That's
HR feel-good stories.
Yeah, something you got in the middle of.
Do we have time? How much time do we have? I'll give you a short one real quick.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to work for a company called Quicken Loans. They moved out
Oh, okay.
they moved 50 employees from Detroit to Arizona.
To
And they
Arizona.
hired me as a senior team relations specialist to join the organization. This was in 2007. And Quicken has a very strong culture, probably the best culture I've ever worked for. I mean, I could spit out some Quickenisms just like that. If you talk to me for
Dang.
about an
I
hour,
like
I would
that
spit some of
Quickenism.
them out just like that.
Yeah.
And they lived that culture. And so being able to work for that organization, and after a 3.5 year period, we won the best place to work in Phoenix, Arizona. And I had the opportunity to play a key role in making that happen. Letting the city of Phoenix to see what we were doing as an organization, the community service things that we did, the partnerships we made within the community, and just coming in and surveying the employees that actually lived the culture of the organization. I mean, and in 3.5 years, we were recognized as a great place to work in Phoenix.
That is amazing. You must be so proud of that accomplishment. That's not an easy
Man,
thing
it
to
sounds like
achieve.
you just sold me on Quicken.
I mean, that's again, when you work for an organization that has a culture and they live the culture and they teach the culture, and as an HR professional, you're involved with the leadership and helping to ensure the people that you hire understand what the culture is. Then it becomes it made us winning that award much easier. But I just kind of drove the bus and got
you're
things
in the
done to
middle of
let people
things.
know what we were doing in the community.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Oh man, that's a good story right there. And that sounds like my Verizon story. I'm not going to go into it, but I had a wonderful time at Verizon like that. Thank you, Kathy Costa-Bader. And that team, when it works together like that, guys, you get things done. Yeah. You might get awards out of it. I got some awards for that, recruiting leadership awards at Verizon that
That's
don't even exist
amazing,
today.
Foster.
Yeah, and I had fun. I had fun there, and it paid well. Oh my God!
Oh, I see. I feel like that's the whole Dana. You're asking me that question now. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. It's interesting. An employee that I hired. In fact, he just celebrated his 6th anniversary. I saw it on LinkedIn.
Oh wow.
Jonathan, and I hired Jonathan as a manufacturing engineer at Siemens. And before I left, I think it was December of last year, Jonathan became the manufacturing manager. And so he had, I hired him at kind of a slightly above entry level. He moved his family from Arkansas, took the role on, and again, I think it was the end of 2022. He became the manufacturing manager when his boss was going to retire. And Jonathan just had 6 years with the organization. And while I was going to leave, Jonathan was doing great things. He hired a couple other. Him and I worked on some hiring stuff together. And I kind of feel like I had an opportunity to kind of informally mentor him and taking on that new role and some of the things that he needed to do as a new leader and developing his team and to make them successful. So that's a success story. He's now reporting directly to the plant manager, and they're probably grooming him somewhere down the road. He may be on the succession plan to be the plant manager. So I'm pretty proud of that hire that I made.
Yeah. Because Tiffany just asked that question. Shawn, do you have a success story? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. It says host. I thought that was Dana who asked that question.
No, it's okay.
That's
it's
Tiffany
okay.
behind the
I just
scenes.
went with it.
Oh, it's Tiffany. I see it on here. Okay.
I wouldn't say big brother, but that's big sister. That's all our boss.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, all this you have me on the
Coolest lady
radio.
in
I'm
the
looking at
world.
3 different things, and of course, keep me straight.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
no, we're good.
we got to hold you in your lane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stay in your
But
lane.
I've been in HR. I have been a director of HR at Citigroup. Oh my God, I was over, and you probably remember this, Shawn. My area was IT, so everything was IT. But we had 2,000 people just in IT when Citigroup came in and Vegasized that. Oh, that's a big word. Wasn't it? when I was
That's a big
pre-med,
word
I
of the
learned
day.
that
Where
word.
did
That's
you
yeah.
get that? Oh
They
my,
ate us. City
Foster.
group ate us up, and we became a even
Someone just got
bigger
overtaken
company.
by an alien.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we grew when City bought us. I think we grew probably times 6 or 7, maybe even 8. We were a huge
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
But at any rate, there were a number of different instances, and people, of course, with me being talent acquisition, the biggest part of my HR development, my HR developer job, and there are many, many people that I remember that were stories like that. Shawn, I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, one of the things that again, it's you guys have me and Dave connected on here for a reason, and
God did that.
I could we could probably tell John Maxwell stories for the rest of
For
the time we have here.
days.
But
Yeah.
but it's kind of, you know, it's just one of those interesting things that Dave kind of reminded me of, the idea of counting the number of transitions he made. Sometimes you don't like to think about that,
Right.
but I've made a number of transitions myself. It's probably up to 6 right now.
I easily had that. Yeah.
Layoffs, and most of them have been, all except for one, have been very positive. Even the one that wasn't so positive, I can think back to what I learned from that transition.
Oh yeah.
And then Dave and I will know that John Maxwell had a book called Failing Forward.
I remember that.
I remember, I think I read, my first transition was from the Army to where we met at, Foster, at the Associates,
At the
formerly known
Associate.
as Associates, which
That's
became
right.
Citigroup. And that was my first transition from the United States Army. I had a goal and objective. I thought I was going to follow my father's footsteps and be a retired military officer. Didn't quite make it there.
Didn't quite
But
make
I
it.
made
Me
my
either.
transition to corporate America. And again, you just have to take, I love my time in the military. I'm still connected with folks I served time with in Fort Bliss, Texas, Germany, all over the place, and because of that experience. But I made a transition. I worked on my master's degree, got a master's degree in HR, and I said, hey, that's what I want to do for the rest of my career. And that's where I am now, toward the latter part of my career, trying to make another transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawn, have you met Charles Mitchell?
Yeah.
Good.
You know, it's funny you had mentioned
I wanted to make
Charles
sure
and I
that
were in the
happened. Me and
same.
Charles are brothers, man.
Yeah, he's a field artillery officer, and I was a field artillery officer.
Oh, you were
So
field artillery
it's
officer?
kind of yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Shawn, Charles is my mentor. He don't know it. I don't tell him all the time because he don't like that kind of stuff. But you know, he's West Point guy. He's sharp.
Exactly. I was
Back,
going to
man.
say, anytime you can meet someone who went to the West Point Academy, then that's a good guy.
Yeah, and his son too. His son followed dad's footsteps.
Oh yeah.
Charles putting out the good vibes over there.
You know, even though it was years ago, you think about it, and I still say this to the day, Dave, you'll like this. I mean, the military did an excellent job as an officer in the United States Army. They did I would almost say it's the best leadership training that the taxpayers pay for. I mean, when I went to the basic course in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, for 4.5 months when I left college, I think I studied harder to pass officer's basic course. Maybe, don't tell my folks at Alcorn, but it was a challenge. It was a challenge for 4 months, and it was all the leaders. They taught you not only how to be a field artillery officer, but how to lead. And yeah, it's the best leadership training money could buy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I have a question. We've got about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Go.
Yes.
I see Jason Hopkins with us.
Yeah. Hey, J Hop. So I personally would like to close out with this special question for our wonderful guest and job seeker. I mean, we're blessed to have you, Dave, on the show. So
lay it on.
What would you say sets you apart, Dave, from all of the other HR business partners, HR managers out there?
That's
So,
Shawn.
I think that
Shawn.
Oh, Shawn, I am so sorry. Goodness gracious. Shawn, forgive me. I am so sorry.
You know, I think I already answered it a little bit, and I'll phrase it like this. Look, my passion is to drive employee engagement through my passion to be a servant leader.
Ooh,
I can be a servant. My goal is to be a servant leader 24/7.
on a personal level and a professional level. And so I bring that to the table, coupled with a military career that developed my leadership skills. I'm a community servant. I believe in servant leadership. I believe in serving my community, and I've done all those things. And so that's what I bring to the table. Hey, since this, let me say this real quick. Since you started this off with prayer, I would always say the joking, Matt. I'm saying, Pastor Son, don't get me for saying this, but you know the traveler Psalm 121 says, "I will look to the hills from which comes my help. My help coming from the Lord."
Amen.
Now, so look to the hill right here. Look to the hill.
Look to the hill. I like that. I like that.
Awesome, Shawn.
Let's see y'all next Friday.
Look to
We
the hill.
love Shawn. Hire
I like
Shawn.
that. That's it.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs.